Today, we're going to talk about how our energy choices affect our safety, our community, and our investments. There are so many things to care about these days, and sometimes it can be overwhelming choosing what exactly to pay attention to. But we think having local, self-sufficient power, our power, cuts to the core of what we care about the most. And it's worth exploring how this works. If you think about it, energy is like air. You don't notice that your life depends on it until it's absent. Take electricity. We use electricity for cooking, heating, air conditioning, showers, lights, internet, computers, cell phones, refrigerators, and in our grocery stores, gas stations, hospitals, and emergency communication systems. When the energy goes out, all of that stops. When we take a moment to stop and reflect, it's clear that we depend on energy for just about everything. So, how reliable is the energy system we have now? What are its vulnerabilities? Well, we don't produce any power on the South Fork. It all comes from one source west of the Shinnecock Canal. This means we rely on a power system with a single point of failure that's vulnerable to storms and even cyber attack. Is there an alternative? Yes, our power. Our power is when we create many of our own small power systems in the community that keep working even when the power goes out. These small power plants are made up of solar panels, batteries, and smart grid software. They use energy in the most efficient way possible, and when the grid goes down, they stay strong. Backup generators eventually run out of fuel. Batteries connected to your solar system, however, are a lifeline that won't ever cut out. Our many small power plants can keep the most important aspects of your home and life up and running. Unlike the dirty power you're paying the utility company for, our power has the added benefit of being clean and green. But it doesn't stop with our homes. Small power systems distributed throughout our community's critical services give us a much better chance at staying up and running in the days and weeks after an emergency. Having a community-wide group of self-reliant systems would allow us to take matters into our own hands and bounce back fast instead of having to wait helplessly for outside assistance to arrive. This is called being resilient. People who live on the East End are used to being self-sufficient. Let's work for our power and not rely on energy from monopoly power companies that would have to come from out of town to save us when the storm hits. Utility companies also don't invest in energy assets like solar and batteries in our community. Each year, the South Fork sends about $25 million to power companies outside of the community. To make matters worse, LIPA PSEG has a monopoly over Long Island's power and wants to invest $500 to $600 million over the next 5 years to build more vulnerable power lines. If spent on local power systems instead, for our homes and businesses, all of that money could buy us an amazingly resilient, self-sufficient power system. With our power, we could pay our neighbors when they generate more power than they need, and also fix our energy rates going forward. Our power is by the community, for the community.